A very good evening to you. So, we have met after so long. Welcome to today's session. So, how have you been doing?
I have been doing great. And what about you? How are you doing?
Okay, that's great. Good to know. I am doing great as well. Thank you so much for asking. So, anything new that has happened recently? Anything interesting?
No, life is going on as usual. Actually, nothing
Okay.
interesting to share with.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So, now shall we proceed with the part where we start discussion with the topic?
Yeah, what is the topic for today?
Okay. So, the topic for today's session is inflation.
Inflation. Okay.
Yeah. So what comes to your mind when you hear the word inflation?
Generally, it comes to my mind that the price of the items that we buy from market going up.
Okay.
So the purchasing power is getting less day by day. What we could buy 1 month ago for a particular amount of money, we are not getting that much amount of goods with that money. So that
Okay.
is what inflation I know.
Okay. So basically, your conception of inflation is correct, absolutely correct, to be honest. That is when the prices of various things they go up, right? They gradually increase. That is
Yeah.
inflation.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, you are correct. Okay. So, what do you want to say about the inflation in India presently? Like, what do you want to say about that?
Inflation in India is going up day by day. So we are experiencing this because the prices of goods are going up. Even it sometimes so happens that what I buy
Yeah.
today, it becomes a higher price. The price of that item becomes higher in the very next day. So we are sometimes we feel surprised that we bought something yesterday is the price has gone up today. And it has become a very normal thing nowadays. People even do not asking questions about price rise. We are busy with
Yeah.
some other issues. When we tune on the TV and other media, we will find
Yes.
the leaders who are to take care of all these things, that is to uh, tame the inflation, but
Yeah.
they are not talking about that. They are busy with other items which are not uh, worth, I think, discussing.
Okay.
And so yeah, inflation is going up every month, and we are experiencing it.
Okay. Yeah, that's absolutely correct. Like almost every month, not like every month is correct, but every week, right? To be honest,
Yeah,
like some
yeah,
of the
yeah, yeah.
prices, they are like this week it's all right. The next week it becomes double sometimes, isn't it?
Yes, yes, right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well said. Very nicely said. Okay. The next question that I would like to ask you is that, so what do you think is the main reason, maybe the main reason behind inflation in India? What may be the main cause according to you?
One is that the price I mean, there should be some regulation and restriction put
Okay.
on the prices, and it
Okay.
is there in some cases, but they are not being implemented in toto. And I have heard and read in the newspaper or somewhere that sometimes this supply of goods becomes very in large, and at that time prices also go down. But the
Yeah.
businessmen, what they do, just to keep the prices high, they even try to destroy those extra supply. No, they don't want to reach this supply to the common the purchaser, and
Okay.
they are happy to keep the prices high.
Yeah.
So they should become less. So this is one of the reason there is no uh, restriction from the side of our authority.
Yeah.
They are not taking care of these things, and the prices actually goes up. Suppose it has a ripple effect, because
Okay.
suppose prices goes up, and at the same time what happens that uh, so when we have less purchasing power, so there
Yeah.
is the employees, those who are working in various sectors, they get this called dearness allowance to
Okay.
to keep up their purchasing power uh,
Yeah.
in keeping with the price of the market that is going on. So what happens that they also, for sometimes they get their purchasing power gets higher, then they buy
Okay.
more things. So when they buy more, then the price again goes up. So this is
Yeah.
how the price is going up and inflation is also going up.
Okay, okay. Correct. That's very well said. Like you are right. Actually, the authorities also they are responsible for the inflation. Like if they have correct, proper rules and regulations, like the amount of the prices will not grow up like the way they are growing nowadays. It has been very difficult for the people to buy certain basic things, right? Because of inflation.
Yes, yes, right.
Yeah. So, can you please tell me that what are some of the disadvantages of inflation, or what do you think can be the disadvantages for, rising price in the market?
Disadvantages again that we our because whatever we want to buy, we cannot buy.
Yeah.
We have to cut on our expenditure, and
Yes.
so whatever the standard of living also goes down for the
Yeah.
people. And what else? One more thing, I think uh, this business community, they are earning and taking advantage of this price rise when there is no
Yes.
control over this. So they earn more and they accumulate the money, which ultimately becomes black money. So
Yeah.
this is again one thing that it is not a very good thing. And what else? I just cannot describe more. So if you could enlighten me on this a little more, okay, you can tell me.
Yeah, surely, surely. I would be happy enough. So, actually, here I was thinking that you know a lot about the topic because just like you said about black money, how it gets accumulated into black money, and how people they are, affected because of inflation. You said very well, to be honest. And I was like, you prepared everything before the session. That's why. Like, however, in reality, I think you were not familiar with the topic, right?
Yeah, I did not know because when I booked the session, it was showing I mean, this topic is travel. So I never looked it, but before starting the session, saw that email, and email came to my mail address,
Okay.
and there the just before the starting of this session. So I have seen that there is a change in the topic, and I did not
Okay.
see actually.
Okay, okay. Then I'm very
Details.
happy that you know so much about the topic, even though you didn't get half an hour also for the preparation. Okay. So if I have to talk about the topic inflation, as just like you said, the points are correct. That is when the prices go up gradually, and it has been a lot amount of disadvantage for the common public or for the general public, because of course rise in price means people will not be satisfied, they will not be able to buy the product whatever they want. And it's not only in various things, it's also in medicines. Like in medicines also we can see the effect of inflation, right? People need medicines so much, and they are like, okay, the basic medicines also they cannot buy, the poor people, because of inflation. So it has a tremendous effect on the people, to be honest, which is bad. However, when we talk about inflation, there has been a lot of inflation in the developing countries and compared to the developed countries, right? Because India, it's a developing country, so the effect is very bad here. But however, in the developing country, like in the developed countries like USA and all those countries, inflation has not shown so much tremendous advantage, like disadvantage, than it has shown here in India. In India, here we can see so many poor people are there, and they have so less amount of basic necessities to live a good life, right? So that
Yes.
is what is the disadvantage of inflation. So what do you think? Like, are there any possibilities of India becoming a developed country in the future? What is your opinion on this?
Yeah, yeah. There is a much possibility. Very,
Okay.
but the thing is that again I come to this main point that the authorities. So
Yeah.
when there are so much possibility and we have the uh, resources also, but
Yeah.
whatever is being done by the government, so
Yeah.
it is not up to the mark. Sometimes what happens that for, and you know that suppose development in the infrastructure. So the
Yeah.
government is putting money, they are allocating money for certain project. But
Yeah.
when the project starts, so there is a certain percent of money goes to the pocket of some uh, corrupt people who are
Yeah.
engaged in the projects, and those money becomes this again black money, because a certain kind of people gets a huge amount of money in their uh, possession, so they can
Yeah.
buy anything because they have more money than the other people. And development, there is a potentiality, there are resources. So if we tap the
Yeah.
resources and a right direction in a right way, selflessly from the authority who do matter in these things, definitely
Yeah.
India will become a very developed country.
Okay, yeah, I completely agree with you. I absolutely agree with you in this matter because, yeah, the cooperation of the people is also very important, right? The cooperation of the
Yes,
citizens as well as the government. Both are
yes,
basic things that are important, isn't it?
yes, yes, yes. In certain, we always blame the government, but it shouldn't be like that. We also should cooperate, and in some cases we have to be blamed, because if you see in
Yeah,
Guwahati, so you are in Guwahati, I'm also in Guwahati, you might have seen there are so many things are like bridges coming up, over bridges, flyover, etc., and the roads are
yeah,
being developed in so much in a nice way, but the moment even after building these things, erecting these things, you'll find that the people are spitting, their palm stains are there on the new
yeah,
bridges, etc. So what are we doing?
yes.
Government is trying from their side, but we are also responsible for not keeping them in good shape.
Yes, absolutely. Because although the government they have taken certain steps to develop certain areas, including like yeah, in certain areas there also has been certain, very beautiful bridges and there has been some flower pots at the side. But people, recently I came across a flower pot which was put at the side of the bridge, like it was broken and all the things they were tattered. It was so bad,
Oh,
to be honest.
one more thing. The other day, I seen one clip on YouTube. One
Yeah.
lady, one lady, after stopping her car and took away one pot of flower with flowers from the roadside. So this is also happening.
Oh my God. Like this people, like there are some people, okay, they think that everything that is in public, it belongs to them. But
Yes,
it's
yes.
not correct. It is public property. We should not take it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that is very funny and weird at the same time. Like all people should know that they should not do this kind of things. Okay.
Yes, and
So
the incident
yeah.
came in the CCTV footage. So it is also very embarrassment on the part of that lady also, because everybody would come to know what she was doing.
Yeah, like unfortunately, it was very embarrassing for her. And
Yeah,
I think, yeah, she didn't know that there was a CCTV camera. That's why
yeah,
she was so
maybe.
confident doing it.
Yeah, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. So there are certain things which should be put into focus. That is both people as well as the government is important for developing the country, right? That is very
Yes, right.
important. Okay.
Yes.
So here I want to ask you the last question for today's session, and that question would be that what do you think? Okay, like for example, one day you become the citizen of some other country, for example, you went to some other country and there you saw that the people are far more disciplined, okay, however you want to bring the same awareness to this country as well, okay, so what are some of the steps that you will take as an influencer from your part?
Yes, I can share that experience through, say, uh, social media, and then I
Yeah,
can arrange some meetings in a small scale, and this
yeah,
may go in a larger scale, step by step.
okay,
So this is all about awareness, and if the people become aware, automatically one day they will also start, and they also try to be disciplined.
yeah,
See, in earlier case, you might have seen the Guwahati city was not as clean as we can see now. Because of this
yeah,
awareness, people have started to look at these things. Because earlier we used to see on the roadside so many garbage piled up, but
yes,
nowadays we less. There is hardly we can see this garbage are piling up on the roadside. So this is because of
yeah,
the awareness that people have got after the government has taken this step, this Swachh
yeah.
Bharat Abhijan. So this has an impact on the people, and they are following in certain. But still, we have a long way to go, and the awareness should be there. So this is how we can make our people disciplined.
Yes, absolutely, I agree with you. And although so all the people are not like this, some people are very aware, you know. Some people they are very great citizens. They are very aware. We have so many people like that in our country as well, like. But
Yes,
some
yes,
people they are not aware. They are, you know, intentionally doing certain things which are bad for the country. So there are
yes, yes.
many people which are good, but some people, only half of this country people, they are, you know, not paying awareness or not paying heed to the country. So that is very important that we should be aware and we should only do those things which are good for our country, right?
We should think about our city, our country, as
Yeah,
we think about our own house, own home. How we keep our
yes,
own home. If we think in the same way, and if we keep our office, city, our country in the same way, then it will
yeah,
become very good for us. Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. That's correct. So now I
Yeah.
just want to move to the part where I give a new word towards the end of every session. So
Okay.
shall I?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I would like it. I
Okay,
would love it.
all right. So this is the new word for today's session, that is glimpse.
Yeah, glimpse. Yeah.
Yeah. So are you aware about this word? Do you know what's the meaning?
Yes, yes. Glimpse means not properly look at something, but have a small. I mean, I am unable to express it, but like we say generally, he had a. Oh no, no, that is a glance. No, sorry, I mistook it for glance actually. So you tell glimpse.
Okay,
What I
not a
was
problem.
what I was telling you, it was glance actually. I,
Okay.
no,
So,
yes, yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Like you were correct before, you know, you were correct. You were near to the meaning, to be honest. Glimpse means to get a, you know, brief picture, to get a very little picture of a particular thing. For example, the glimpse of the picture or the glimpse of the project. So, you know, a little picture, short-term picture that you get, not the whole picture, just a little short-term picture that you get. Okay, I just got a glimpse of the file, but I couldn't see the whole file. So you are absolutely correct. Okay. So glimpse means that only.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, not a problem. You're welcome. So that was all for today's session, and I hope you enjoyed today's session. And thank you so much for joining. Yeah, and any doubts you want to ask before we end the session?
No, it was a good session, and as always, I enjoyed the session. Thank you, and hope to meet you soon.
Yeah, really, surely. So thank you so much for joining today's session once again, and I hope to meet you soon. Bye bye. Good night.
Bye. Good night.